Shalawam. Yeah, when I first came in this truth, I didn't understand that our people are very, very diverse, and I'm gonna use that word a lot because that's a word that actually explains the state of our people. Okay, so it says Ephraim have mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Okay, so of course, matter of fact, let me just grab this precept real quick. But when it says Ephraim is a cake not turned, it's a metaphor, or it's a parable, or it's a comparison to Ephraim and pancakes. So if you have a cake and you fry it on one side and the other side is still up, or you haven't turned it, one side is light and the other side is dark. Okay, and that goes for the northern tribes. And that actually goes for all the tribes. All the tribes are a cake not turned. Because you have this brother. Salakia, you have this brother who's a Judite, who the brother Yasharahla from the Chicago camp, who's a Judite, who's very light, and the brother GMS Napash, and I have no doubt in my spirit or my rawchaa or my lab, which is my heart, that this brother is a Jake, man. Because the thing about it is that Esau can't possess the spirit that we have. And that's the very reason why he wants to destroy us. He can't possess the flavor that we have as a nation. He can't possess the salt that we inherited, from being the Lord's chosen people. And this man right here, this brother right here, it's no way he can be an Edomite due to the things that he said and how he said it. Okay, the Lord hasn't given that spirit to a Edomite, so there's no way Esau can replicate that. Okay, so let's go to Daniel's chapter. Ezra. Salakia. Chapter 9, verse 1. Okay, and this is the precept that the brother Yasharahla brought out. And I just bringing it out for more edification and my understanding of it. So this is Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. It says, "Now when these things were done, the princes came to me saying, the people of Israel," talking about Israel, right, or Yasharahla, "and the priests and the Levites," and when it says Israel, it's talking about the northern tribes, right? And it says, "And the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abomination, even the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Jebusites and the Amorites, the Ammonites and the Moabites and the Egyptians and the Amorites," right? "They have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed hath mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and the rulers hath been chief in this trespass." Okay, so it says they have mingled themselves with who? The Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. Okay, and these are all nations that have these are all diverse nations that may have different looks that our people could potentially look like. You have some men, women, and children of the nation of Israel or of the seed of Yasharahla that actually look like Moabites, that actually look like Egyptians, that actually look like Hamites. And I remember when I first came in this truth too, something I didn't understand was, I thought everybody that came from the land of Africa or Sham was a Hamite, but little did I know a lot of our people were left in the western parts of Africa, because I had a friend or acquaintance in the world who was from Sierra Leone and always used to be like, nah, you're a Hamite, you're a Hamite, you're a Hamite, Little did I know he was actually a Jake, But that's something that the scoffers wouldn't understand because they don't have the spirit of the Lord. In order for you to understand the precepts of the holy scriptures, or the qadash, the baryum, shal, Yahawah, shema, shabbat, shema, qadash, or the holy words of the Lord, okay, you have to have his spirit. And what is his spirit? The qadash rawchaa. That's the key factor that helps you understand the mysteries of the Bible, such as the mystery of confusion of faces, okay? That's why everything is spiritual. The Lord put us, and you know, it's crazy. I was watching the apostles earlier. It was either Apostle Gabar or Tahar that said, the Lord is into drama. Because it just, let's give an example. The story of Jacob and Esau. He could have had Jacob come out first. He could have had that whole thing just be disannulled. Okay? Jacob could have came out first, got the inheritance, and that's it. But no, the Lord had Esau come out first, and then Esau sell his birthright to Jacob. It's the same thing with the nation of Israel. He had to diversify the nation in order for us to come to him spiritually. Israelites don't have one sector of a certain look. We don't have any certain look to us, okay? The nation of Israel can look like anything. It's all about the spirit that's within you and the spirit that you possess, okay? So let's go to this word diverse, okay? Now it says in the 13th century, spelling variant of diverse. And right, if you look in the 1611, when you I believe in Matthew's the 24th chapter, it says diverse. But you know, in the 1900s it got changed to diverse, okay? But it says perhaps by analogy with converse, transverse, etc., right? In some cases directly from Latin diversus after after the 17th century restricted to meaning, this is the meaning that we're going to stick with, but there's another meaning to it, okay? So it says different in character or quality, essentially different, right? It says, but from the 1900s, expanding to including and promoting persons of previous underrepresenting minority identities, okay? And that still identifies with the nation of Israel, because we are the minority, okay? The people, we're viewed as the minority, okay? But let's deal with this first. It says different in character or quality, essentially different. And that's how the Lord made the nation of Israel. He made us different in quality and in character. That's why you have like Ephraim. The scriptures refer to Ephraim as a silly dove, okay? And you have Judah, which is the head tribe. You know, Judah is into being royal. So you have Judah have all the shoes, the nice clothes, you know. Reuben is more brute, you know, more rough around the edges. Issachar, what? They like to work. They like to get the job done, you know. Simeon, man, they'll talk your head off, you know. So the Heavenly Father has made us diverse or different in many different ways, okay? And the reason why is because the nation of Israel was scattered. So all of the nation of Israel, they possess different traditions, you know, different philosophies, different beliefs. But the Heavenly Father did that to make this story more dramatic. If Israel was one type of person in one sector or looked only one type of way, there's no fun in that. This is the Heavenly Father's story. You got to understand the Heavenly Father is the master of all Israel, okay? And Israel, man, we love drama, man. It makes the movie more interesting, and that's how the Heavenly Father made it, okay? So that Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 and 2, or Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 and 2 explains Hosea chapter 7 and 8, because these are the nations that we mixed with, you know, our people have mixed with, okay? So let me see something real quick. Oh, and the word for prince, I meant to say that the word for prince is shar, okay? So we are the sharyim of Israel, okay? And think about this. Even King David, what it said, his skin was ruddy. So King David may have very well looked like the brother Yasharahla. Salakia. He may have very well looked like this brother Yasharahla, you know? may have had fair skin like that, you know? And then, Absalom, his son may have looked just like that. You know, they said Absalom was very beautiful. You know, so you gotta think about these things in your mind. You know, the Heavenly Father made his people, or his Imyum, which the word Im is people, but his people different, man. So let's go to my next precept, Lord's will. This is James chapter 1, verse 1. Okay, it's James chapter 1, verse 1. It says, James, a servant of the Most High Yahawah, and to the Salat of the Lord Hamashiach yahawashi, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. And this is another key factor. Even though it's a very small precept, it packs a punch. You know, because the reason being for our people being scattered, that caused them to look different ways and believe in different beliefs. Okay. And that's what caused the confusion. Because, you know, and I believe this through the Spirit, the Heavenly Father had this set up just for the men of Israel to bring this edification out, you know, or to have an example for the elects to see. Now, this man Blake Griffin, and we always bring this information out, but this man Blake Griffin, Salakia, is a prime example of how our people mingled themselves with the other nations. Okay, now, as soon as this, okay, there we go. Now, if you look at Blake Griffin and you look at his father, of course, you see his father is a so-called black man, or he looks black. Blake Griffin has the same skin tone as his mother, which we believe is an Edomite. Okay. So when his dad and his mother, you know, had a child or had him, he came out with his mother's skin tone. Okay. But what does that make him not an Israelite? Does that take away from his spirit? No, it doesn't. Even though he may possess some heathen-like characteristics, which is as far as skin tone, that does not make him not an Israelite. Okay. Now we're gonna deal with his son. Okay. Now look at Blake Griffin's son. This is a prime example of Ephraim is a cake not turned, or our people are cake not turned, because you have some people, or you have some Israelites that may look like Blade, you know, super brown with the afro and the beard, you know, and then you have some Israelites who look like this. And it's all because there's diversity in the nation of Israel. Okay. And that's really all it's about. But only the spiritual man can understand these things, you know. And that's why when we make these videos, we say to the Habakarium, or to the elect. Okay. Shal Yasharahla, or of Israel. Okay. So, you know, that was my last point. You know, this is my second time making the video. Satan tried to hinder it, but through the Spirit, the information still got out. You know, I encourage brothers to go watch these 2 videos. You know, it's very edifying, and you'll see a different aspect of this truth, you know, and looking more into your spiritual eye. You know, those who don't have their third eye open and their third ear open, they won't be able to understand these things, okay? Because the understanding of the truth comes with faith. You have to have faith in order to understand these things, you know? And those are only given to the nation of Israel. Faith is only given to the elect of the nation of Israel, okay? So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi Ba'ashem Rekal Qadash, Shanya Kabaga Wala Rakabza Koyim Now Ba'aith, Wa Shalawam Wa Barakim La Bakarim, Shal Yasharahla, Shalawam.